Brandon Ward, obviously, second great result for today, but obviously, you wanted one more. What more did you need to catch Luke there?
I was supposed to tell them we were just a little bit too tight the whole race from the beginning. Thought that was going to play into our hand as the race went on, and we got to the lead, and actually the balance came around pretty good there, about lap 50 or so. Really wanted it at that time to probably stay green. I feel like the cautions just kept making us worse and worse. But all in all, not a bad car. Just fault being tight the whole night, and this is our first time racing this car since it's been re-clipped and rebuilt. First time racing here at North Wilkesboro since they repaved it. So it was a good outing for our KP Speed Motorsports team. Just can't thank Kevin Powell and Will Spot and all these guys enough for all their hard work making this happen. And second's not bad, just one spot short, but hopefully we can come back here next year. Now we got a little bit of a notebook with this car and with this racetrack, and just have a little bit better idea of what the car's going to do as a race goes on.
Obviously, we had some long, lengthy red flags tonight.
Yeah.
When that happens, how do you refocus and prepare to reattack the racetrack?
Well, a place like this, it's just a matter of getting in the right lane, trying to pick the right lane for the restart. That's the big thing, is just being in the right lane. Getting into turn one here is pretty important, depending on what your car is doing and which lane you need to be in. So tonight, with the balance shift of our race car, we were trying to be in the outside lane as much as we could. But yeah, you kind of just reset, and that sometimes these cautions, they breed cautions. They keep coming. So just a matter of trying to get laps on the board and see where we can, and just pick cars off one at a time.
Finally, obviously, great result to end the season. What does that carry over into next season? What's it look like for you?
Excuse me. We're planning to run the full Smart Tour next year. So that's one thing about having this race under our belt now, and getting to come here and race and get a notebook started for this track and with this race car. And like I said, Will Spot and this entire KP Speed group did a great job this weekend. I know if we could line up, I feel I can run this race over again right now. I know we could be better. So could everybody else probably too, but I know we could do some things to be better now that we've got to run this race car. After the pit stop, we blistered the right rear tire. So there at the end, we were just hanging on. The right rear tire was coming apart. So anyway, it just all in all, with all that being said, not a bad night to come home second.
Appreciate the time, Brandon. Thanks,
everybody.
Luke Baldwin helped Rick Ware Racing win the owner's title today for the car's Pro Late models, and then won your second consecutive Smart Tour Modified Championship. What does this racetrack mean to you after everything it's helped you get in the past year or so, and what has this day meant to you as a race car driver?
Yeah, no, it means a lot, all of it, really. I've always loved coming here. It's a really fun racetrack. Everybody involved with getting this place redone and the facility being remodeled and everything involved is they all did a great job, and I love coming here to race. So yeah, we've had our fair share of close finishes here and missing out by that much. So it's good to finally come out and win one, and then 2 championships in one day is pretty cool in itself too.
On the Pro Late model side, it's got to be kind of bittersweet. You led most of the race, you finished second, but you still win the owner's title. What was the emotions like there, knowing you had to go jump in the modified in a few minutes?
Yeah, very mixed. Obviously, there's 3 different things. We won the owner's championship, so we're pumped. Lost the race, so that kind of stung a little bit. And then I got to flip gears completely and go run the modified. So, yeah, a lot of mixed emotions. Props to Keelan Harvick, did a great job, won the race the right way, and took me to school. So props to Keelan. Yeah, I thought we had a really good race car until just as more and more rubber got laid down and the track got tighter, and he started off really free, and I started off just a little free, and I ended up way too tight, and I think he was okay. Still looked pretty sideways, but he drove the wheels off the thing. So yeah, fun day, mixed emotions. Finally ended off with the modified, winning a race, winning the championship, and smashing the champagne bottle, and yeah, I'm not very good at that.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. One more on the pro side. Once he got around you, he didn't get away from you. Was there something you saw in his line that helped you stay with him and take a couple shots at him?
No, I really was able to work the bottom through 1 and 2 once he got behind me, just because I wanted to put clean air on my nose. It doesn't mean that much here, but every little bit counts. So I found the bottom that rolled through 1 and 2 pretty well, so especially with the clean air. And I was able to stay with him, just way too tight off of 4, and could never quite make the run. So Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I know how he was. Even when he was behind me, I knew he was gonna get me because he just wrapped the bottom through 3 and 4 so well, and I couldn't do the same. So I kind of knew where he was better, but I couldn't match it. So I think I just clean air, trying to put clean air on my nose and having a little bit more motivation. See, I remember when he finally cleared me, he stood up in front of me. I was like, whoa, I don't even know what that back bumper looks like tonight. So that kind of, I just had to adjust to it. And yeah, drove a great race and fortunately didn't end up in victory lane.
On the modified side, champagne bottles aside, you've now won 2 consecutive championships and you're building yourself quite the legacy in a short amount of time in that series. What has that meant to you over this past year or so?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, Hermie and Bill Stanley were the ones that gave me a shot. My racing career wasn't nearing an end, but it was definitely like it hadn't even really picked up yet, and it was already slowing down. So they gave me the call in winter of 2023, 2024-ish, and put me where I am today. And thankfully, it's landed me opportunities like the one with Rick and other things. So. Yeah, it means a lot to keep the ball rolling this year after last year kind of made a statement that we were the car to beat and tried to carry that through the whole year, and luckily we could.
How much different is the mindset as a driver on one series you're points racing and then in the modified you're just trying to beat 2 other guys? Is there a different mindset you have to take?
I think it was different just because with the pro car, I knew we were really good, and it was like, all right, well, I don't think the 6 will be able to get to me because So it was kind of just racing for a win and trying to be smart at the same time and not put myself in bad spots. With the modified, I didn't think we were that great. I knew we were good, but I didn't think we were that great. So that mindset was a little bit different. It was like, all right, take what I can get, try to stay in front of the 2 and 73, and then as the race went on, we got better and better. And I was like, all right, we can win this thing. So mindsets weren't that different. It was kind of, I got to beat the 2 and the 73, and I got to beat the 6. That was kind of just the goal. So it wasn't much different.
You've raced a lot of race cars, a lot of different places this year. You made some truck starts with Thor Sport. Is there any plans in the work for you to be there in any capacity in 2026?
You know, I'm honestly not sure. We've definitely had conversations and worked on some things. So we'll see how it plays out for about the next month or so, and hopefully we find ourselves in a good spot.
Joey Coulter winds up 4th today at North Wilkesboro Smart Tour finale on a day that you led quite a few laps. Just seemed like once you lost that track position, you could just never get it back. What more did you need at the end?
We needed those long runs. Like, we were really, really good on a long run, and the longer the brakes were, it seemed like the tighter we fired off. That last run, man, I think we were there. We were plenty fast. It's the best guys in the country running in this series, so it's just tight, it's tough, but it's good to be like really disappointed finishing 4th, but it is what it is. We had a good day, led some laps. The pole was a big deal for us this weekend, so that was really cool. Good way to wrap up the season.
You're racing around Luke and Ryan, who are racing for a championship, and those closing laps, is that on your mind at all?
I mean, it is, because you know, obviously, like, we're going for wins. They're running for wins in a championship. And at the end of the day, like, we all trust each other quite a bit. None of us are known for doing anything too ridiculous. So I think we all know that. And we all leave it out there and do it as intelligently as we can.
Now, it seemed like there at the end, especially the last half of the race, the top 4 or 5 cars were all just bunched up in a pack. How similar is this to somewhere like New Hampshire, where you almost have to use the draft because of how big the place is?
I mean, it's a big momentum game. Like, you know, there's so many different options to get through 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and everybody's within a lane, really. But it's all about just watching the guy in front of you and trying to go where they're not and time your run to make that pass. Like, I had the 04 set up there a couple times, and just the timing wasn't quite right. He was able to get back by or pinch me down enough to hold us up. And then I got pinned on the bottom right there at the end. But that's what makes it fun, man. That's why we all love coming here, and these cars put on such a good show.
Whether you've been racing Wheeling or Smart, you've been so close to so many wins, but it's been a while since you actually got one. So the more that dangles in front of you, does that just frustrate you even more?
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's what makes 4th place just 4th place. I mean, we were good enough to get out front, be out front. and win. But it's just, again, this is hard. Like these three divisions that are here this weekend, it's the toughest three short track series in the country, I think, on pavement. So it's fun, it's cool, but yeah, it's getting we're long overdue.
One more for you. Any plans to announce for next year?
We're still working on it. I mean, I think the sort of the default is we're going to run the Smart Tour stuff, at least most of it. I really like running with the Wheeling guys. We're going to go up to Martinsville next week and run with them. So we'll see, but we'll definitely be back.
Hi, everybody. Tom Bowles from Frontstretch. Good journalism isn't free. It takes time, resources, and dedication. We at Frontstretch are proud of all the motorsport stories that we do and want to be able to keep offering them to everyone without going to a subscription model. That's where we need help from those who have not only the passion for motorsports, but also the means to potentially help out an independent journalism outlet. If 400 people stopped right now and gave us $10, we'd be able to fund all our travel to all the racetracks that we cover for a month and bring you all these great videos that you see here every week. So if you love us, our reporters, our content, please consider a donation at frontstretch.com/donate. We're thankful for everyone's support, and we take seriously the privilege of bringing quality, unbiased motorsports coverage to all of you sitting there at home.